Hi there, I'm Artistic Gamer 7 and I'm back with another Sims 4 Create a Sim video. This time it is another Pokemon related one. So at this point you may have already noticed the name up in the corner so you can sort of figure out what it is. It is Ghastly's evolution line. So there's Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar, which this evolution line is like one of my favorite evolution lines. Like a lot of my favorite Pokemons, I'll admit, for the most part, a lot of them come out of Generation 1. I think that's just the one that I grew up with the most. But, except for, like, you know, the evolutions, the ones that came out after Generation 1, even though Vaporeon is my favorite. So, that's still from Generation 1. But anyway, we're not talking about the EVs right now. We are talking about Ghastly here. So, I wanted to try to make them into what I would have thought they would look as Sims or in human form or whatever. I would say I probably struggled with them more than I did with the Eevee family and like Misdreavus and Pikachu and Clefairy. I don't know why. It was just I don't know if it's because I sort of had certain visions in my head and I was hoping for certain things and I was like there were certain hairstyles or clothes that I was hoping when I put them on there they would have the colors and look right, but then in the end didn't. But yeah, I did struggle a little bit. In the end, I was happy with how they came out. With Ghastly here, I decided to give him a lighter purple compared to what, like hair wise, compared to Haunter and Gengar because of like the mist that follows Ghastly. So I wanted that to be more of that lighter purple, and I made his head more roundish because Ghastly is literally a orb. So, and then the rest of his clothes I try to stay more towards black for him, just because he seems to have the darker colors compared to them. But I did give a lot of black to Gengar and Haunter, honestly, as well, because I just felt like if they were humans, they would more likely wear more black than anything. I do eventually make Ghastly's skin tone a little bit paler because I wanted to go with the more pale look after I started thinking about it because, you know, they're ghost types, so ghosts are technically dead. And, you know, you don't. Most things that are dead in, like, movies and shows and things like that start to lose their pigmentation and they're not as lively and as bright skin tones. So I do go back and make Ghastly lighter. I think at some point while I was making Haunter, I was like, wait, let me make them pale. I can't remember exactly. But anyway, we're now on to Haunter. Uh, one of the things was gonna say was the fact that I did it slightly different compared to how I did the Eevees in like the ages, because I say Eevee is the oldest in the Eevee family, even though technically Eevee is the first evolution and she turns into the others. In this case, I did it where Ghastly was, who's the first evolution, is actually the youngest. I made him a kid, Haunter a teenager, and Gengar a young adult. Just because I sort of did the whole, like, this is what they gradually change into. Though in Sims world, they will, Haunter and Ghastly eventually will become young adults, but still look like Haunter and Ghastly. So, but, you know, that's just Sims world. This is how I wanted it to start out, though. Also, one of the things when I was talking about, like, struggling, the hair is where I struggle the most. Not as much on Ghastly, but when it came to Haunter and Gengar, I was like, what? Because, like, for Haunter, I wanted to try to get longer hair, or at least wispy hair, because of the fact that he is still floating and flying around. Well, they all fly around, but, you know, at least Gengar actually has legs. But, uh, but the thing is a lot of the hairs that I have that I sort of really wanted to try to use did not have any shades of purple whatsoever. And the closest thing I could get would be like some shade of blue or a pink. And I didn't like that. Eventually, I think it's this hairstyle that I settle on because it's sort of got the wispy flowing going on. And it had purple. So, you know, there's that. I do give Haunter a tattoo. I think I only give him like one tattoo. If I give him two, they're both smaller tattoos, but I know one is on his arm. And then I give Gengar more tattoos, and they're on both of his arms. So it's also, again, sort of keeping up with that evolution, like slowly turning into. There I go, putting the tattoos, or trying to decide the tattoos. Um, but but in the end, like I was saying before, in the end, I did like how they come out. They definitely, because one of the things that also, because they're my favorite, like, not my favorite, but one of my favorites evolution lines, and like some of my favorite Pokemon, I wanted them to look cool. I guess you could say. It's what an interesting and uh I guess in a weird term speaking, since they're Sims, I wanted them to be like attractive Sims for the most part. Because I like these Pokemon. So I wanted them to be like all cool and so that was another thing, because I was like, but I want them not to look so weird that they're not like interesting Sims anymore. That they're just sort of creepy and strange. So that is another thing that sort of kept me struggling throughout the time being, because I was like, what do I want to do? Oh, that's where I go and change Ghastly skin back to the pale. But I am overall happy with how they turned out. They definitely embody more of the sim human version than they do the Pokemon themselves, but I still like how they turned out and their overall look and overall like sort of uh attitude and stuff, because I did play them a little bit afterwards just to get them settled into the world. I gave them a house, and they're living in Brindleton Bay, which came with cats and dogs. I know I haven't done much with Brindleton Bay or with cats and dogs in general, but I just lately, because it's December and December is like jam-packed busy month for me always, I really hadn't got around to actually recording much since cats and dogs came out, because this end of the year, November, December, is just absolutely insane. I have done some things, but not as much. I do actually end up giving them a dog. I don't do it in the video, but I do actually give them a dog. It's a Rottweiler named Roxy. So, and she she is absolutely, honestly adorable and funny because we were playing with her afterwards. I probably will have a picture of her up on my Instagram at some point if we don't get to see her in one of the videos anytime soon. I do have plans for one particular member of this family who will be, so they will be in a certain series, starting to show up quite a bit eventually. So you can look forward to that in one of my series, because it's not like they're just going to be made and then not there. They're actually going to be somewhat in some of my series and things like that. They'll probably show up in a lot of them, but there's one particular series that one of them is going to have sort of a big part in. So, yeah, I have plans. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now and then just let the video finish. I hope you like the video and I hope you like how they turn out. If you would like to see me play their household at least once or twice in Tiny Life, you can let me know in the comments below so that y'all can see all three of them in action and stuff, and see Roxy, the cute, adorable doggy. Also, I will have links in the description below for all of my Sims 4 playlists, so that will be all the series that I have ongoing right now, and, you can look out for which one of them is going to appear in one of the series. So, I'm not going to let you know which series just yet. It's a secret for now. But, you can try to guess which one you think it is, and, if y'all guess right, good job. But, also, I have my Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter info, so you can go follow me on those as well. And I am going to start posting more pictures related to my Sims on my Instagram. That is something that I was going to talk about in an update video that I was going to make soon. But just to get it out there, I am going to start posting like more pictures of my Sims, and even maybe Sims families that you don't get to see all the time, every single moment, and stuff like that, so you can sort of keep up with the Sims in the background, the ones that are not being recorded all the time, or the ones that I haven't been to their household in the towny life before or in a long time. So, you know, you can keep an eye out on all of my Sims. So, that's something I'm planning. And I link my Instagram to my Twitter, so I'm pretty sure they show up there too. So, either one, you should be able to see it. So, there's that. And that's basically it, I think. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If so, please hit that lovely like button and subscribe to see more Create Sims in the future, as well as other series and things that I have going on. If there's any particular Create Sims that you want me to try to do, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!